Kia ora guys, Bird here. Welcome to episode 5 of Thaumcraft for Addons. You can see behind me in this testing mana bean area that we've got some different coloured beans here. Now these are Birdtross beans. I started off with only 2 seeds that I obtained from the magical forest during that episode back in season 1. It was pretty near the end of the LP, but anyway, we only got 2 seeds from there, and so I've just been expanding my inventory of Birdtross seeds so that when we do eventually do the crossbreeding with the other mana bean types, the primals, etc., we've got a decent backlog. So that's what's going on there. I need to do that with the other primals. But anyway, I saw in the pretty much just the overall response for the last episode was actually a little bit lower. I noticed that the likes were a little bit of a lower ratio, and I think I know why. It was because I was a bit knackered in the episode, to be honest. It just wasn't my usual high energy self. And that was because I'd done the live streaming before. I kind of got a little bit burnt out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode all the same though. But in that episode we managed to research a whole ton of new items. We've got the essentia funnel here, the Thaumic restorer, and we also discovered the cursed spirit's blade and the osmotic enchanter. I think I want to go ahead today and spend this episode going ahead and crafting up the new items and seeing how they work. And I think we'll get started with this one here because it's fairly basic, the essentia funnel. So let's go ahead and get some stone and thaumium and get started. Well, lag spike, what the heck happened there? I've actually got the render distance very low at the moment. So that's the thaumium block. Oh, I do have thaumium blocks here, so thaumium ingots. We're all good for thaumium ingots at the moment. I've been wondering if you can make void metal blocks. I haven't gotten enough void metal yet to actually try that out, but it'll be kind of interesting to see if it's possible to make those guys. Got a little bit of stone in here. Let's head over to the crafting area. Hello guys. And get this guy going. Item number 1 on the list, so that's going to be just 0.68. I think it was 2 is what it cost, but that's all good. So that is the essentia funnel out of the way. Let's go ahead and follow rule number 1 of Thaumcraft. Scan. Go ahead and get that. Bit of metallum. It seems like with these mods there's a sort of... oh no, I guess it is made of metallum, but I was just about to say... I think there have been a couple of cases where there are some items that don't have... that have aspects in it that they didn't take to make, stuff like that. But alright, let's go ahead and see if we can use this thing. You're going to need a hopper as well, from what I remember in the Thaumonomicon. I've got a few spare, awesome. And let's head over here to the essentia junk pile. Yeah, let's get these 2 ing-use jars as pretty much... well, it's pretty much the only ones that I have that can be filled up this way. Let's go ahead and put my armor back on. Take that off for the intro. Right, so you need a hopper to be facing into your jar. You need to put the essentia funnel on top of here like that. Okay. Does look kind of interesting, doesn't it? Sort of makes a little slot on top of your hopper. Anyway, go ahead and right click that. Let's see, so that's 58 and this is 5, so that should go up to like 63 or something, I think. Oh, okay. Wow. That's actually really fast. Ooh. Okay, that's actually like jammed on there. Okay, there's a little bit of a different behavior here as far as transfer goes, right? Wait, have I scanned this? Have I not scanned a jar of essentia? Let's see if we can do that. Scan. No, I can't. Why can't I scan that? I'm right clicking and that's not working. Okay, that's a little bit odd. Anyway, that actually seemed to transfer really quickly. I want to see how quickly that goes. I know you've got to put this on top. Shift click it. Wow. That is actually really fast. That's pretty cool. Wow. I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought that was going to be the regular speed of transfer there, but no, that's actually really impressive. That's kind of useful. I need to think of some interesting way to use this in the essentia system now that I think about it. There's got to be some cool way where I can inject it into the system somehow, perhaps. Perhaps it'd be kind of interesting to somehow throw that on the back of some of these jars, perhaps on top of there if you just need to get rid of some excess essentia in a hurry. And these things are cheap enough that you can produce them en masse and just have a bunch of hoppers up here. Well, is something like that feasible? I think it's possible. It's kind of interesting. I just wonder if that sort of breaks the sightline, because you actually want to be able to see what's inside the jar. Well, anyway, that is the first item on the menu. Oh dear. It's kind of on the edge. Where is it? It's up here. Okay, there we go. Right, so that is the essentia funnel. Really interesting, kind of surprising. Awesome stuff. Let's go ahead and get to the next item on the menu. That was the Thaumic Restorer. Let's go ahead and see. Oh man. We should have everything that we need to make this. A Thaumium block. I do have one of those spare. So I'll probably just put a cut in there just while I was gathering the materials. And I've got them here now, so let's go ahead and bonk them down onto our pedestals. It's an 8 recipe one, this one, which is kind of interesting. We haven't had one that's quite that expensive for a while here. Oh, am I missing an item here? Oh, Thaumium, there we go. That was a little bit dumb. Anyway, I think we have all of the essentia to make this as well. I didn't, like, doubly check. I might not have enough audio, actually. Yeah, we've only got just enough, and the audio is skipping around there as usual. Not sure what's going on as usual. Alright, let's put our inventory back together. Ugh. Yeah, I did get a little bit of extra iron there. It's all good, though. Okay, now we're grabbing the magic essentia. Awesome stuff. It's kind of it's a little bit disconcerting with nothing, with it sort of skipping like that. It's a little bit odd. The things seem to be going relatively smoothly, or pretty much perfectly smoothly. It's a very high instability actually, so I should have possibly prepared some extra materials, but turns out that we got away with it scot-free. And there it is, the Thaumic Restorer. Wow! It's like a little portal thing on the top of this guy. That looks kind of cool. Let's go ahead and follow Thaumcraft rule number 1, scan, and see what it has inside it. Oh wow, that's a lot of metallum and precontatio, but not too much of everything else. Right, let's get, just go ahead and just break one of these jars. Go ahead and put it back there later. Let's go ahead and bring her out to a little testy area somewhere, like, sure, right here. Like that. If I do that, will that work? Or do I have to, like, use essentia tubes? Let's be safe. Play it safe and use essentia tubes. And actually, just while I'm thinking about that, does this generate a suction at all? 128, okay. No, let's go like this, and put that there. Put the jar underneath. There we go. Oh, okay. Right, so it has been satisfied, okay, so it does require a little bit. So when I right-click it, it doesn't have an interface, this item. Okay. Can I scan the block form and get away with it? No. Worth a try. Okay, I think what you need to do is just throw items in and it should be good to go. The problem is I have repair on everything, so not sure if we've got something that we need to repair. We've got this thing right here that we could repair. We've got this fortune pick as well that I was using up until I got a repair one. So how does this work? Does the Thaumonomicon say anything about this? Let's have a look. Okay. Yeah, it's not really... I'm not sure if it said anything right there. I think you just have to, like, throw it in. Is that working? I'm not sure. Okay, right, got 31 right there. Oh, okay, you've got to right-click on the block. That makes sense. And then, yeah, okay, so it actually works fairly quickly, too. I thought that was going to take a little while to work, but there we go. That's a diamond pickaxe. Fully repaired up. Let's take something that's a little bit more durability damaged, like this guy. Will it retain the enchantments on here? Seems like it. Okay, there we go. Oh, wow. So it repairs fairly quickly. Yeah. Shows you the durability damage, but we're running out of instrumentum really quickly, though. That is a huge downside. I would appreciate it going a little bit slower if it used a little bit less instrumentum. That is pretty expensive on the instrumentum department. That's something to keep in mind. But yeah, so having the repair enchantment on your tools, in my opinion, is probably still just a little bit better in terms of just the quality of life thing, especially when you have something like the primal staff, where it basically just generates free aspect juice, or vis, as it's supposed to be called for you, so you pretty much just have unlimited durability on your tools at that point. But anyway, it's still an interesting item, I suppose, if for some reason you don't like repair, or if you're using tools that don't have the repair enchant on them, like this tool for example, could be kind of interesting. But yeah, that's a little bit of a look at this guy. He's probably going to end up heading into the cold storage chest. He's a bit too greedy in the Instrumentum department for me anyway. Well, that's those two guys. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this other item here, the Cursed Spirit's Blade. You're being unpleasant. Oh boy. So this requires the Thaumium Sword. I wonder if I do have a little bit of spare Thaumium running low. That'll be okay. How about sticks? Any spare sticks? Let's go ahead and make some. Get some stickaroos. Actually, I'm completely out of sticks. I was not expecting that. Right, and it required meat as well, didn't it? A couple of different kinds of meat. Maybe I had a Thaumium sword already, I'm not sure. Right, so, okay, rotten flesh, pork chop and beef. I think I've got those in my chests. Well, I definitely have the rotten flesh. We killed a zombie earlier. Get that, and also the meat. We've got beef, I think it was, and the pork chops. Okay, I've got a couple of pork chops, thank goodness. I'll just go ahead and grab some double up items, as you should always do when you're doing infusion. Always. So this is an instability high, so it's not as bad. Okay. So it's not as bad as the one that we did just before, but we're still going to be prepared with extra materials. 2 diamonds and 2 ghast tears, and we'll be good to go. Oh, yeah, get those in the right spot. Bonk. Man, I have so many diamonds, and I haven't even really used that many diamonds during this LP. It's kind of surprised me how little diamonds I've used. I guess it's just because we've got these tools right here. They're kind of a different tree than diamondage. Right, let's get this stuff sorted out here. So, throw the sword on and get this layout sorted out as well. How many items here? 6. So, flesh, pork, beef. Okay. Pork. Oh, that's beef. Okay. Flesh, pork, beef, and the other side is bone, diamond, tear. Righto. Bone, diamond, tear, and get the one down as well, and that is good to go. So let's see if this works. This will be kind of cool. If this Cursed Spirit's Blade, it seems to be the most powerful sword that we've come across so far in the game. So it'll be really fun to see if we can swing this thing around and use it. Oh, and we're getting the glitchy infusion altar sounds. That's alright. Got the Tenebrae Spiritus. Get a decent amount of Spiritus thanks to the moonshine distillery down in the alchemy lab. And Umanos coming through as well, again from the distillery. That's now pulling in the items. Nothing major happening. Just pulling in the items just like a regular infusion. And that is now turned into a Cursed Spirit's Blade. Oh my goodness, guys. Wow. So you run faster when you're holding it. Oh my, yeah, you do. So this could be it. So just, you know, to start things off, it's a fantastic item for just getting around. I mean, wow. It'd be kind of nice just to have it on us, just to be able to run around the base a little bit faster, pretty much for free. So interesting item from that point of view. Let's go ahead and follow rule number 1 of Thaumcraft. And scan standard. Ooh, Exanimes in there, even though it didn't take any to make it, I don't think. Unless there's some in ghast tears. Yeah, okay, there's a little bit in ghast tears, righto. Yeah, okay. I'm a dummy. We need to go ahead and test this thing. It is nighttime outside, so that means the baddies are around. Let's see what we got. We got a pig. No, I need a baddie. So it costs life energy, but because we have the runic shielding, it'll take that pretty much out of the runic shielding, and then that just heals up with our V. So Yeah, that's kind of cool. I thought that it might override the runic tuning and just go straight for our hearts, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So, is running along the ground faster now, or is that... And of course we can apply enchantments to this thing as well. Oh, and it has a durability, but thankfully we have something like the Restorer to go ahead and buff that back up before we go ahead and throw the repair enchantment on there proper. Hopefully this will take a repair enchantment. If it doesn't, here we have that Restorer. Oh. Well, I accidentally grabbed that, didn't I? Yeah, so I didn't actually mean to start recording yet, but apparently I did just catch that on camera. I think, you know, we got the wand focus of distortion and didn't see what it costs, but that's a little bit of a downside, isn't it? You've got to watch out what you click on when you go ahead and grab the background of the Thaumic, otherwise you might accidentally discover something. Righto, so anyway, the wand focus of distortion. I didn't mean to go ahead and grab this, but I guess fate, who knows. So it says, you created a focus to protect you from incoming fire. Ooh, cool. This focus, when in use, will constantly drain beasts from the wand it's inserted on in order to summon a ward around the caster, making ordinary projectiles pass through them harmlessly. What? That doesn't make sense. Ordinary projectiles include arrows, snowballs, or potions. It seems like the ward is not strong enough to display stronger attacks like fireballs or witherheads. Right, so there's sort of a bit of a typo right there, which implies that it doesn't do anything, but I'm guessing that arrows and stuff like that, they go bye-bye when you make one of these things, which is a really nice one, actually. But it just seems like having it on your wand, though, because you generally want to use your wand for combat, right? You want to, you know, for example, on my wand anyway, the focus that I use predominantly for fighting is this guy over here, Potency 4 Chain Lightning Shock Focus, which is just sort of your bog standard focus, really. Point, shoot, do damage. But you can't use that if you're having to use this distortion focus, so I would think that the proper way to use something like this... It actually looks kind of... Oh, you take a uprising focus, which is this guy right here. Might as well go ahead and pick up the note for that. It just seems like you would need a second wand. You know, a second wand is like a battery charge to have your distortion focus on. But anyway, it actually requires this dude right here, which we don't know how to make it yet. So we actually let's go ahead and do that right now, just to finish off the episode. Well, that's going to be Voltus, Precontatio, and Ire. So let's get right to it. We can't go into Mortus out of Ire, so we're going to have to find a more interesting way to jump around here, aren't we? Let's see if we can find something fun and dandy. Looks, that's a good way to start off. Let's go right here. And then this guy, we might have to go around something like Potentia. No, not Potentia, sorry, I mean... Wakwas like that. So if we do that, then we could go not Tenebrae, I don't think. Let's do a Periditio like that. Now we can't use Jerloom because they're too far away, so we'll have to find another interesting way to jump around. What about this guy? Wheatrius? Not sure. We're going to use Wheatium right there instead of that. Oh well. Well, actually, that might work, actually. Let's do Wheatium right there. Good idea, Bird. Let's go like that. And then... Oh no, that's still not... Dang it. I thought I'd be able to move this Periditio and use Jerloom is what I was thinking, but no, that doesn't work. Alright, let's head back over here to Mortus. I think we can use Machina here, actually, yeah. So we'll do Machina, then we could do Instrumentum. And we could do Ordo, like that, and then we could do Permutatio. I don't think there's anything that connects straight to Ingis, though, so maybe we need to reconfigure that. That's a possibility. Okay, is there any way to jump around from either to something else? Tempestas, yes. I think we'll go ahead and do this. We'll get Tempestas down, then we'll do Aqua... like so, then we'll get Aqua, and then we'll go Victus and Sano. And that's a little bit more convoluted, but one aspect used of each type. Very nice. Is this what they use in Alfheim? Alfheim? Sorry, what? Alfheim. I don't get that reference, unfortunately. Whoa. So anyway, getting these 2 foci has actually unlocked 4 focuses, hasn't it? A font focus of telekinesis? Well, that sounds awesome. Dislocation. Sounds even awesomer. Mending. A little bit less awesome. Still awesome though. And an Enderift. What? Now that just takes the awesome to a whole new level. Enderift, okay. Just throw that on there. Right, anyway, let's go ahead and read about the Uprising focus. Using the knowledge you got from creating the Sword of the Zephyr, of propelling things around with air, you created a wand focus that will propel the holder in the direction they're looking at. When someone is propelled through the use of this focus, any accumulated gravitational energy is negated, resetting the fall damage the holder would take. Yeah, so that's like the complicated explanation first, and then saying, yeah, no fall damage. That's basically what that means. Wow. The Uprising wand focus. So that requires an ender pearl, and you infuse it with 4 basic quartz, 2 feathers, and an air shard. So that's actually a fairly cheap one, yeah. That's a nice one to get early on if you're starting out. That's a pretty awesome one. We'll go ahead and have to get that another time because we've got enough material to make the episode now, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Thaumcraft 4.2 with Birdtross. I know I did. Thanks for watching. Kia kaha, and we'll see you in the next one.